point agenda, later it became transformation agenda. But look, the question is the economic recovery and growth plan working? The numbers show that it is working. Those numbers you and I have talked about. Just yesterday, I think your organization reported that the Purchasing Managers Index had again gone up, and its field is even more diverse. Services sector returning, and so on and so forth. So we're heading in the right direction. The point I also wish to make is that, yes, Mr. Gates made some comments about the perhaps what I would like to call the soft side of the infrastructure, the human development content, education and healthcare. I don't know if he had the benefit of reading the whole plan. It's a 164-page document. I have a copy. And pages 199 to 107 contain detailed identification of what needs to be done in health and education. Let me repeat that, page 99 to 107. They focus on what I think is the real heart of the matter in healthcare, primary health. Those are local government responsibilities. But government must play some kind of... Now, in context, let us go back. And I think the way people have lapped up these comments without really interrogating what is behind it is perhaps speaking to... And I make no defense. I think I want to speak to this only in the sense that I believe that there are a lot of well-meaning and right-thinking Nigerians, and that we just all need to pull together and stop looking for anybody's validation.
But while you're investing in doing all of that, there are people who believe that this administration, the Buhari's administration, is taking too much time looking in the rear-view mirror rather than driving this economy forward. Do you think the government is spending more time blaming the past administration for what has gone wrong, what hasn't been done, and all of that?
Well, it's interesting you put it that way. But just quickly before I come to that, let me also say that assuming, and as I was making that assumption, assuming that this was really an omission, which I don't concede it is, because there's attention to healthcare and the point to make is that the biggest bequest, right, of modern medicine to healthcare is sanitation. That's the biggest, not drugs. And the foundation for sanitation is water. That's where you begin to fight disease and refuse management. First. Now, this government, almost month after month, through the Ministry of Water Resources, has announced projects, approvals, more relating to water supply, irrigation, availability of water. Now, you might argue, and that's why I said I was going to talk about that soft infrastructure. You might argue that, oh yes, there's too much attention on roads. Without infrastructure, really, you can't deliver healthcare, you can't deliver education. You need to build the schools. You need to build the roads that take the kids to the schools. You need to build the hospitals, the maternity centers. Of course, you can argue that if there is very good education, if there is very good teaching, children will learn better. We've made this argument before, I have been involved in it, that I would choose, if I had to choose, if it was a choice, I would choose a qualified teacher under a tree than an unqualified teacher in an air-conditioned classroom, if a choice had to be made. But I don't want to make a choice. I want to have both. Because, so, and I think that makes the point. Now, in terms of looking back and looking forward, really and truly, you know, it's interesting. I don't want to get into all of those arguments, but I just think that common sense must tell everybody. And I think right-meaning and well-thinking Nigerians will agree with this, that if you do not know where your journey started from, you won't be able to measure how much progress you have made.
One of the key issues around infrastructure is insecurity, and we'd like to know how much of the increasing level, almost on a daily basis, of insecurity in the country affects the work that your ministry do in terms of power, in terms of roads, in terms of other infrastructure, because people aren't feeling safe. Does it affect what you do?
I think first that I disagree with you that it is expanding on a daily basis. I don't think so. I think that everybody must understand that there is financial reward behind crime. And government always acts as the competitor of crime, determined to beat the competition. Now let us be very clear that when it comes to governance and crime, there is no margin for error for government. Government plays very high odds, very, very adverse odds. Government must be right all the time.